Hi, sixth graders. I made some videos for you yesterday and I can't get them to load. So I'm going to try this and I'm going to put it on YouTube. So this is the try it from the 5.7 example 1. And what we found out from the previous page is that this plane can go 25 miles in 1 minute. So if we fill out what we know, 25 miles in 1 minute, and we're trying to figure out how far the plane has traveled in 75 minutes. So to get 1 to become a 75, we multiply it by 75. And whatever you multiply the bottom by, you also have to multiply the top by. And 75 times 25, 75 times 25 is 1,875 miles. How could you use the table from example 1 to find out how far the jet would fly in 75 minutes? Well, the table from example 1, we had the minutes on the left and the miles on the right, and we already knew from what we found out previously that in 1 minute it would go 25 miles. So we want to know how far the jet would fly in 75 minutes. So 75 minutes goes there, and we're trying to find the number of miles. And just like we did in the right above this, to get from 1 to 75, you would multiply by 75, so you have to do the same thing here. And then you end up getting the exact same answer. So there's two different ways of doing the same thing. Here's the try it from example number 2. I like these problems because it's not as easy to find the right answer. Jared paid $13.80 for 5 tickets to the game. At the same rate, how much would it cost for 3 tickets? So we're going to start off with what we know. Jared paid $13.80 for 5 tickets. And we want to know how much it costs for 3, and it's hard to do that math. It's hard to know what to divide the 5 by or multiply the 5 by to get it to become a 3. So the trick is, let's just change it and figure out how much it would cost for 1 ticket. So for 1 ticket, I would have to take this 5 and divide it by 5. So I'm going to divide this by 5 also. Grab my little calculator here. $13.80 divided by 5 meant that it cost $2.76 for every ticket. Well, now that we know that, we can say, all right, well then how much would it be for 3 tickets? So once again, I'm thinking about what would I have to do to this number to get that number, and the answer is multiply it by 3. So we're also going to multiply this by 3. 276 times 3 is $8.28. So it costs $8.28 for 3 tickets. This last one is interesting because I think that there are lots of different ways to come up with the right answer here. What we learned in the example, this is for example 3, try it, we found out that the distance you travel is equal to the rate or the speed that you're traveling times however long you travel that fast. So in this case, it is saying that a submarine travels 19 miles in a half an hour. So we want to change that to 1 hour. So 19 miles in a half an hour. If we want to convert that into 1 hour, you would multiply 1/2 by 2. 2 halves is a whole. So you multiply this by 2 also. And 19 times 2, I believe, is 38 miles. So here's what we know. Your distance that you travel on this submarine is equal to 38 miles times however many hours you traveled. So it says, how long would it take the submarine to travel 57 miles? 57 is the distance. And I know it's going to be less than 2 hours because 2 hours would be in the 70s already. So what we're going to do is we're going to figure out, I'm trying to decide how they had you guys do this because I'm not sure I agree with how they're showing you how to do this, but if we divide both sides by 38, 57 divided by 38 is 1.5. So it would take 1.5 hours, which kind of fits with what I thought it was going to take. I'm trying to think if showing you this on a table would be any easier. Let me think about this here. So if we have the number of hours, kind of thinking out loud, so give me a second here. Number of hours, the number of miles. So in a half an hour you could go 19 miles. In 1 hour you could go 38 miles. And we're trying to figure out how many hours it will take to go 57 miles. That is weird. Okay. I don't like the way that I'm showing you how to do this. Can't remember what I've taught you guys about this in the past. If you want to know what to multiply by as you go from 38 to 57, as you go this direction, the way you figure out what to multiply by is you divide it in reverse. So you do 57 divided by 38, which is 1.5. So basically what we just figured out by doing that is if we wanted to get from 38 to 57, we would multiply it by 1.5. Change that color here. 38 times 1.5 is 57. And whatever we multiply the bottom by, we also have to multiply the top by. 1 times 1.5 is 1.5. So in 1.5 hours, this submarine has traveled 57 miles. It was a little tricky.